across to Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the national capital. Let's take a look at that. My colleague Maria Shakil is now joining us on the broadcast. Maria, an important day today. The Prime Minister is going to be meeting leaders, the representatives of all political parties ahead of G20 because India has assumed the presidency of G20. So very, very important day today. Also the fact that Gujarat has gone on to polls for the second phase.
The visuals that are coming though on our television screens is that the Prime Minister has just cast his vote in Ahmedabad, and he has flown for attending the two-day BJP National Office Bearers meeting, which has just begun at the BJP headquarters here in New Delhi, which will be, of course, setting the political agenda, preparing the party for the next round of Lok Sabha polls and the 12 states that go to polls next year. But certainly, as far as the party's participation in G20 is concerned, that will also be mentioned, because we have seen how the BJP as a party, as an organization, has always worked as an extended arm of the government. And later today, around 5 p.m. is when we can expect that very crucial meeting, which will be chaired by the Prime Minister, which will be attended by chief ministers of all states, because just about every state will be hosting events related to G20. The first set of events will begin in Udaipur, which is a state in Rajasthan. The events that have been planned also in Bengal. So Mamata Banerjee is expected to attend that event. And also that meeting, which will be chaired by the Prime Minister at the Rashtrapati Bhavan Conference Hall, will have the heads of various political parties in attendance. So Chandrababu Naidu and others have arrived in Delhi for that very crucial meeting. But as I said, right now, Prime Minister has arrived at the BJP headquarters at the ICO for chairing the BJP National Office Bearers meeting.
Also, Maria, if we actually go back to Gujarat, what we saw, the kind of voter turnout, obviously the big wigs were in attendance. Like you rightly mentioned, the Prime Minister along with the Home Minister and others, also the Chief Minister of Gujarat, all of them cast their vote. However, that polling percentage was a big worry in phase one of the Gujarat elections. All of that will be part of the discussion now that the Prime Minister is at the BJP headquarters today?
Unlikely. I think with the elections happening in, phase two elections, the final 93 seats polling, even as we speak, Griha, it's unlikely to be taken up. This is more of a forward-looking agenda of national office bearers of the BJP. And as far as the voting percentage is concerned, it was a matter of concern, particularly after the phase one elections. The voter complacency or large fatigue that we saw in urban pockets, in particular in Gujarat, in 89 seats that went to polls, was a huge matter of concern. But right now, I think it's about the 13 states which go to polls next year, which includes several states in southern parts of India, which includes the assembly elections in Telangana. In earlier 2023, there will be elections in Karnataka. Tripura, again, is an important election because last time around, the BJP managed to unseat 30-plus years of Manik Sarkar government in Tripura. So I think the big challenge would be going forward, and also how the party would want to shape the G20 narrative, because, as far as G20 is concerned, of course, this is a diplomatic moment for India, but there would be narratives in terms of events that will be held in various parts of India, and that will require participation at multiple levels.
Also, Maria, since you mentioned G20, there was so much of critique that had come in vis-a-vis various opposition parties. Congress, obviously, at the forefront of it all. The fact that Prime Minister is going to be meeting all the representatives from the various political parties. We've seen Mamata Banerjee and the likes who have already come in to the national capital for that meeting at about 5 this evening. What more can we expect?
So in that meeting, it will be about whole of India approach. That this is about cooperative federalism, that India will be represented as one nation. And that is the reason why the motto of this G20 agenda of India is one nation, one earth. And that is the reason why we will be seeing that kind of a united approach by India, because domestic politics aside, this is India's moment. The world is watching at India and looking at what is the agenda that is set by India. And that is the reason why, Griha, I'm saying various states, just about every Indian state is hosting G20 events. And that is why we are seeing infrastructure push come in various states. Udaipur, for example, is beginning with the set of events. We had a Sherpa, Mr. Amitabh Kant, speak to us last week. And he had said that, it is rather bizarre, the kind of domestic politics that is playing out, because it is about cooperative federalism. All states of India are involved in the events and are hosting those events.
Also, Maria, one final point, the fact that the Prime Minister had already announced that he is going to be inaugurating this two-day BJP National Office Bearers meeting. However, the fact that it has been done right after the second phase of polling in Gujarat clearly sends out an important message that the party and the government at the centre is not ready to take it easy and go ahead with this particular meet, take stock of the situation like you were talking about, forward planning ahead of elections, the future elections that are coming up.
Yes, that's quintessential new BJP now, Griha. We have seen that there's no room for rest. And even as the results came for UP elections where the BJP won with a 2/3 majority, next day the Prime Minister was in the state of Gujarat, setting his eyes firmly on his home state. Now that the Gujarat elections are coming to an end today, by 5 p.m. the voting will end in the 93 constituencies which are currently polling. The BJP is preparing itself for the next round of elections. 13 states, Griha, all over the country, several parts of India are going to polls next year. And in a number of these states, BJP is incumbent, which includes Madhya Pradesh, where they have massive anti-incumbency. But they're also looking at states which are with the Congress right now. There'll be a bipolar contest, a direct contest between the BJP and the Congress, the state of Chhattisgarh, the state of Rajasthan.
Absolutely. Maria, thank you so much for joining us. Prime Minister Narendra Modi there in the national capital, all set to inaugurate the two-day National Office Bearers meeting of